Hello, I'm Lowell Martin and this is MCC Today. Imagine maracas. On today's show, we have Kimberly Rush, Maxie-Shumate, and Anthony D'Angelo. You're going to want to watch this. We have a lot of really good information.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
Hello everyone, and today we have the wonderful Miss Maxie-Shumate. How are you doing today?
I am fine, thank you. Thanks for having me, I appreciate it.
Now you are a teacher and the program coordinator for the Early Childhood Education Technology Program.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, what
You did a good job.
And you've been doing it for a number of years now.
Almost 20, yes.
Yes, and you know, and this is not cliched. I say it a lot, but I mean it a lot, is you are literally one of my favorite people on campus.
Well, thank you.
But your program is such a good program. And I wanted to have you on the show today to talk about it some.
Okay.
Now, when your students complete 2 years here, and it is a 2-year program.
It is.
They get an AAS degree in early childhood education technology.
Good.
And what are they able to do with that? What does that translate into?
All right, well, to a number of things.
Okay.
Okay, one is there are many grants out there now. So you can apply for a grant. You can be an assistant at Head Start or the pre-K kindergarten system, the public school system. You can be a director of your own center with 2 years paid experience, and that can be before, during, and after, and it doesn't have to be a whole year. Now that's the current regulations, and they may change, but I'm real excited about that because this program does a lot of hands-on experiences. Now last year with COVID, we had to do individual experiences, but it was a good way to model, this is how you can make individual packets for your children and still be 6 feet apart, you know, behind the mask, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm really sold on this program, or I wouldn't have been here for so long. And I've been in the field for over 40 years. So it's kind of been nice because it's kind of gone full circle.
Are you like me? Sometimes it shocks you how long you've been doing something when you really stop and think about it long enough. Now, how many new students do you accept into the program each year?
We usually accept an average of 15.
Okay. Only in the fall, or do you do fall and spring?
No, we only do the fall.
Okay,
because we're in the kind of the block system, and you can tell how the classes are kind of stacked.
Right.
The second, the third and fourth semester, your second year, you'll be doing the hands-on experiences that you've learned to do in the classroom, which is kind of nice. So they're called Practicum 1 and 2.
Well, now, so if someone is interested in your program, how do they get into your program? What do they need to do do they need to contact you? Do they need to go through a particular advisor here?
All right, our advisor is Deborah Nettles, so she'll help get you started. She'll make sure that you're screened, that you have the appropriate admission requirements, which are like a 245 on the AccuPlacer, or you can get in with a 17 ACT score, or you could have taken the basic English class, or you could have 15, like we call general ed requirements. So those are kind of the ways to get your foot in the door, and then you meet with me to be, as a first-time person in the program. I talk about the dress code. We wear scrubs both to class and to the lab sites. The lab sites are in the community. We do not have one here on campus. So we are, it's a good way to advertise yourself. You know,
Sure.
you are there on time, you're interacting with the children, you're interacting with the staff positively. Those are great credentials to be
that's a great
hired.
credit to our program is that you have a number of sites that your students go to, and so they are seen out in the community and are, as you said, they get known out in the community and can make a very good impression
Absolutely.
out in the community.
For example, this year I had 4 graduates. I know that was kind of low, but with COVID and everything, it's been kind of difficult.
I think this whole year is going to be COVID.
Okay. All 4 are already hired.
Excellent.
So that's 100%. And I'm really excited and proud of that because
Sure.
I want students to do exactly what they need to do for best practices. For example, for our lesson plans, we go by the standards.
And so you have them learn and do lesson plans.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I'm going to say something right here.
Okay.
My niece took, I think it was 2 or 3 classes under you, and beforehand she always talked about she was not creative, she was not creative, she was not creative. But since then, she does, because she's a first grade teacher now, and she went into that but she credits you with a lot of the creative stuff she does in her class. Because she talks about how creative you were and how creative the things that y'all did in that program. So I just wanted to give a shout out.
Oh, thank you. And I wish her well.
But you've got a lot of stuff here. What kind of stuff do y'all do?
Okay, we do things like, patterns, and that's going to be a pre-literacy requirement.
Sure.
So we not only identify our shapes, like our triangle and our circle.
Okay.
And we can do these with Play-Doh. You can make basic bread dough, which is, and I did this with even 1-year-olds, where it's basically bread and it's flour and water and salt. So they can even eat it, which young children eat everything.
Sure.
We're not encouraging them to eat it, but they will.
Unfortunately, I do too.
We'll do things like pattern strips,
Okay.
and a pattern will repeat 3 times.
Okay.
And did you know our brain remembers 3 times better, and that's why a pattern is repeating 3 times. Isn't that
So
cool?
not 2, but for some reason 3
3
times.
times.
Okay.
So this one would be, this is an A-B pattern. So it would be like a triangle, a circle, a triangle, a circle, a triangle, and you would fill in the next one.
Okay.
Circle.
Okay.
We would do things like movement with our maracas. This could be A was a shake,
I bet the kids would love those. They're going to love those. Okay.
and B could be a cross,
Okay.
shake, cross, shake, cross, shake, cross.
Okay.
And if you think about it, a lot of the line dances and things are nothing but patterns.
That's true.
We made curtains for our classroom.
Yes, yes.
And this is an A. There's 2 of these, so that's going to be B, B, C. And so that repeats. And this particular pattern is right above the window that I can see into the classroom from my office.
How important do you think kindergarten or pre-K are to a student's education?
Very important, because that gives you the foundation. The foundation for life skills. And when I'm talking about an A-B pattern, that's basically algebra. But if children can practice it, now I'm not talking about worksheets, because that doesn't help a child learn as much. But if you, like you can play games, like you can do a clap. This is A-B pattern. Clap, cross, clap, cross, clap, cross,
okay.
which was I did with the maracas. You can do all different kinds of patterns. That's when you're looking for what's similar and what's different. And it's amazing. And when you talk about being creative, you take with what you have, because we are going to be a low budget program, and also a low budget field. That's so that we can give the highest quality to the children.
Yes.
And so you want to look around and see what you have. So observation skills are key. And that's one thing we practice.
Thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate it. I cannot recommend this program enough. And as I said, my niece took you for a semester, and then she ultimately decided to go on and get her teaching credentials. But what a great program to teach both children and creativity. And thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a good day.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Meridian Community College. For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first, while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are back, and we have Mr. Anthony D'Angelo. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you are the program coordinator, and congratulations, and lead instructor, congratulations, on the Network and Cybersecurity program.
Yes.
Which is a 2-year program here at Meridian Community College. Now, and we were just talking before the cameras went on now, you accept 15 new students every fall.
Correct.
Okay, so your max number is 15.
Yes.
Okay, but sometimes you might accept people in the spring, but it's still going to stay within that 15 number that you've got, but you might, it's not just in the fall that you accept people.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
I would definitely, no matter when you decide to start your education, you can look at us. We're very flexible when it comes to numbers and how we're able to allow people into the program.
Okay.
So,
What prereqs do they have to get into your program?
as far as course material, they don't have to have any prereqs.
No prereqs whatsoever.
They have to have, I want to say, a 19 on the ACT.
Okay.
And they have
Comprehensive score? Okay.
And they have to meet with the advisor. Depending on someone's circumstances and stuff like that, we have been known to take somebody like around the cusp of that with maybe a 17 or something like that.
Do you accept Accuplacer scores as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, because typically speaking, people do a little bit better on the Accuplacer than they do on the ACT. But now, so the advisor for your program is Deborah Nettles?
Correct.
As well? Okay.
Correct. And she's amazing.
She is?
She is a really great asset to us. So she's just awesome.
Well, if you're talking about a program that, you hear it all the time, computers the future, and network and cybersecurity the future.
Yes. Yes.
So when someone takes your program, you go the 2 years, but they also get certifications in some things, right?
Correct.
What type of certifications do they get?
So right now they can get certifications in CompTIA's A+,
okay.
Which is kind of your entry level. I know enough about computers to work on computers certification.
Okay.
And then
Is that 1 year? Is that a 1 year thing, or is that just
yeah,
you finish
usually you take that because that's in 2 parts. So usually take that the first year.
Okay.
And then we have also the CompTIA Security Plus, which is more the security side of the network and stuff like that. And you take that at the end of the second year.
Okay, and I think probably in the future, there's we're going to see even more emphasis on the cybersecurity and things like that, based on what we hear in the news.
Yeah, definitely. Especially anything kind of computer related, just STEAM programs in general. There's a real need for qualified individuals to fill those positions.
Well, that was going to be my next question. When students complete your program, what are the job opportunities? What are they pretty good for them?
Yeah, they're pretty good. So starting out, usually, especially kind of around Mississippi, entry level, you're starting out at probably about $30,000 a year.
Okay.
That number can grow if you go to a higher paying area.
Sure.
And as soon as you start working in the field, the more experience you get, the more qualified you become. You partner that with education along the way, and really the sky's the limit as far as how far you want to take your career, education, and income.
Well, if they finish our 2-year program here, can they go in and get a 4-year degree elsewhere? Is that pretty easy to do?
Yeah, we have you'll get an Associates of Applied Science from us, and then nowadays we have a lot of partners like Mississippi State, Mississippi University for Women. They do a 2+ program. So if you have an associate's degree, you do 2 more years with them, and they'll give you, you'll earn a bachelor's degree of applied science.
Okay. Now, do you have classes during the summer typically with this program?
We typically offer a class here and there for the summer, depending on kind of what we think the students will need. But typically we don't offer too much during the summer. Primarily our courses are fall and spring is really where they get the meat of their course material.
Now, for someone who has no clue what they want to go into, you know, and there are a lot of students out there that are like that, a lot of young people, they're coming in and they still don't know. Okay, what would draw them to this program? I mean, do they need a particular background to get into your program? Do they need you said they need a 19 on the ACT, but do you like, okay, am I where I play video games a lot, or I do this, or I do that? Is there like a type that you're saying, okay, this, you might be good at cybersecurity and networking?
Yeah, we definitely attract a certain type of individuals.
Okay.
I mean, computer geeks. That's our jam.
Okay.
But honestly, we structure the program so you don't have to come in knowing anything.
Okay.
And we'll take you from the ground up to go through, and at the end of the 2-year program, you'll be qualified for entry-level positions.
Well, I know you said that in Mississippi the amount of money was you gave that certain amount, and are there job opportunities out there here in Mississippi?
Oh yeah, especially.
Like what are the percentages of, or do you know offhand percentages of people who complete your program? How many are able to get jobs?
Last semester we had 100%.
Wow. Okay.
This semester we have two students that are currently looking for jobs right now, but I'm fully confident they'll be able to find a place before August.
Okay.
We had a company from out of state come in and swoop up 6 of our former students last semester. So we had students who hadn't even finished school yet applying for the job and taking it online, taking the courses online.
And then this particular program, once they complete this 2-year program, they can go anywhere.
Yeah.
They can take that anywhere.
Yeah, you really can. No matter, even whatever state you want to move to, whatever country you want to live in, there will be some differences as far as languages and some of the stuff like that goes.
Sure.
But the tech industry is booming across the globe, really. There's really no limits. There's such a gap between the amount of people going into the field to the amount of jobs and expected jobs that are available. It's insane.
Listen, I want to thank you for being here today. I think this is a great program, and it is there's a good bit of job security.
Yes, definitely.
If you get in this program. So that's wonderful. I want to have you on again and talk about it, and I'm just very envious of your hair too. I wish I had some.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
And we are back, and we have Miss Kimberly Rush, who is the Director of Advising and Retention. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here again.
Everything going well for you?
It is going really good, Getting geared up for summer.
Which is why you're here to talk
Yes.
about MCC and the summer.
Yes, we
Okay.
start actually our summer term 1 and our full term online classes start on June 1st, which is Tuesday.
Tuesday, because
Yes.
Monday is a holiday.
Yay for the holiday.
Go us.
Yes, a day off work.
Yes. So we've got both the short term and
Yes.
full term
Correct.
classes beginning June 1st.
Yes.
And I believe the term 1 runs through the 25th.
Yes,
June
correct.
25th.
Yes.
Okay.
And then our second term starts back up June 5th, after, of course, July 5th, excuse me, after the 4th of July break.
Okay.
And they end to the end of July.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
And we have a lot of class offerings.
Yes, I mean, Comp 1, Comp 2,
Study
microbiology, college study skills. We have, just about a full litany of classes that we'll offer for the summer.
Okay, so someone is sitting in front of their television and they say, I want to take some classes.
Yes.
What do they need to do?
Well, one, they need to apply to MCC.
Okay.
If they have applied to MCC and haven't gotten an email or a text message that they have been admitted to MCC, definitely email admissions@meridiancc.edu. Once they have gotten that, they will be directed to get in contact with an advisor, and that is advising@meridiancc.edu. And we'll start them on getting them registered for classes for the summer.
And to get into MCC, that application is right there online on our website.
Yes,
it's very easy.
It's free.
It's free
as well.
And they can just fill it out, hit submit, and as
Correct.
you said, hopefully they should hear something
Yes.
within a day or
They'll
so.
hear something immediately that we have their application,
Okay.
and every step along the way as it's being processed. And say we have your application, they'll get an email about that. We need a transcript from the institution. They'll get an email about that. So we don't want to leave anybody out in the dark. So every step of the way that we get information in, we'll definitely be contacting the student.
Okay, so they have to start thinking about the transcript from where they graduate or
Exactly,
where they've
their
been.
high school, if they went to another university or community college as well, we'll have to have their most recent transcript.
And we'll also possibly need some test scores, right?
Yes, yes. So for example, if they're trying to take Comp 1, we'll need their
Mm-hmm.
ACT score. It has to be at a certain level to go directly into Comp 1.
Okay, and it's the same for college algebra.
Correct.
The same for.
Yes, and
Okay.
our lab science have some prerequisites as well.
Okay, so most of these classes now we're actually going back to in-class classes.
Yay! Yes, we are. Very, very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are. So we have fully online classes, but then our classes that are slated to be on campus will be fully on campus.
Excellent.
And we are very pumped and excited
my
about seeing
gosh.
people, seeing students,
yes.
and having that. A lot of students definitely have noted that they do better. Of course, being in classroom in that structured environment, pen and paper sitting out,
Mm-hmm.
so we definitely are offering students that for the summer.
I actually recommended that recently. I was helping a young student, and I said, look, my recommendation is you need to be in the classroom.
Yes, yes.
And I tell students this all the time. If you're not particularly good at a subject, I'm sorry, don't take it online.
Correct.
Be in the classroom when you've got somebody to talk to. And I
Correct.
think that's important. Now, most of our day classes run Monday through Thursday.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, about 8 to 12. We have 8 to, I want to say 10:05, and then the next one's 10:15 to 12:20. That's
Okay.
how our day classes go this summertime.
And sometimes the labs can add some time to
Correct,
that too,
correct.
right? Are we offering many or any night classes?
Not many, those struggle to make, especially in the summertime.
Sure.
So yeah.
Sure. Okay. I knew that I didn't think we were offering that many this semester, but so someone can take theoretically, they can get a full term
Correct.
during the summer
So
if
a
they
lot
want.
of students, what they're doing right now, they'll pick up, of course, AMP 1. They'll do that one on campus in June, AMP 2 in July, and then they'll pick up a college study skills online, a Comp 1
I love how you
online.
plug my class. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
They'll put a history online, so you can definitely easily get 15 full-time hours online in the summer.
And there's still a break
Correct.
between when we start
Yes.
and a break when we finish before classes begin
Exactly.
in the fall.
So you'll have about a 2-week break in between a summer semester and fall semester as well.
I know y'all are super busy up in advising.
But it's fun.
We'll go with that word.
Yes.
It is fun.
Yes.
Y'all know how much I love you because I come up
Definitely.
there all the time. But I push education so much, and I tell students this all the time. If you don't know what you want to go into, just start taking basics.
Correct.
Just take your basics.
Yes.
And an education is never going to hurt you.
Correct.
And I know a lot of classes that I took that didn't really go into my major, but I've used them. I have, so if you need to get, your sciences, if
Definitely.
speech.
Correct.
My niece is taking speech beginning
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yes.
She's getting that. So if if you need to get something, or you don't want to have as many classes during the fall or during the spring,
Correct.
you maybe get a couple of them down.
Definitely. So, and I hate the word basics.
Sure.
But we have about 30 hours that are just a basic class that everyone has to take for whatever degree. And so we definitely recommend students. I don't know what I'm going to school for. Well, here's a good time
Sure.
to kind of help figure it out. So if you take English Comp 1, you're like, I don't like English too much, and go a different direction. And
Sure.
so that's definitely a good way to know, based on how the class goes for you, what you want to get a program of study in.
Well, but most degrees, no matter where you go, are going to want Comp 1 and Comp 2.
Correct.
They're going to want a history
Correct.
or two.
Correct.
They're going to want at least two lab science
Correct.
classes. They're going to want possibly an art appreciation or
Correct.
music appreciation
Correct.
class, speech
Correct.
class. So there are these things that will go to any
Anything.
university,
Correct.
and be part of any
Yes.
program
Yes.
that you can get here
Correct.
at a cheaper price.
Correct.
And still stay at home.
And even our career tech options at least require Comp 1 in college algebra, Comp 1 in humanities, Comp 1 in the fine art, Comp 1 in social behavioral science. So many of even our career tech options, generally they require about 12 hours in academic courses.
Right. And let me also say that, first off, there's no average student anymore. There's no age for, I think our average here at MCC is 30 or 35, so it's like when you think you're going to be the oldest person in class, if you decide
You'd
to
be
come
surprised.
back, you would be very
Yes,
surprised.
definitely.
And so it's not just for the students getting out of high
Correct.
school, or the students who are still in high school doing dual enrollment. If you want to change careers.
I mean, we have a lot of students who take classes in the summer who are, our older students who are looking for a career change.
Sure.
They did one thing while their kids were, young, and they had the flexibility of that. But then now we have a lot of people actually who are in education who are now going towards nursing because, education, when I was a teacher, that really allowed me to be at home with my kids during the summers and be flexible that way. Well, now my kids are grown and gone. Let me get to my passion as far as nursing goes.
There you go.
Definitely.
So it's not just for those 17, 18-year-olds just getting out.
Correct.
And the oldest student I've ever had was 84 years old.
Wow, awesome.
And she had her husband had passed away, and she decided she wanted to come back to school.
Awesome.
The argument we had, she did not want to. It was an English class. She did not want to type her papers.
Oh.
And the agreement I made, because she wasn't seeking a degree or anything like that, I said, you just write your papers.
Yeah.
You just handwrite them. And she
Yes.
was a great student. And the other students absolutely adored her.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for being
Thank
here
you.
today. I'm going to have you on again.
Yes.
You're not going to
I
get
have
rid
good
of
news
me.
to share next time I come.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, tease. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.
With so much uncertainty in our world, we are thankful for the heart and determination of those who have followed their calling in healthcare. They work tirelessly on the front lines every day to make a true difference in our community. At Meridian Community College, we take pride in training these heroes and are grateful for their service in this time of great need. These Eagles found their wings at Meridian Community College.
On behalf of our executive producer, Matt Milner, our media consultant, Josh Taylor, and me, thank you for watching. Hope you learned just a little bit, and we'll see you next week.